Get a £5 free bet every week with Offer Club from William Hill. Simply stake a total of £20 or more across the week on pre-match football accumulators with 4 or more selections, and you'll get a £5 free bet on the Friday. Join William Hill Offer Club on mobile or online now.
James Held at IFL TV in association with Matt Clins, Jim Marbau. With me, I've got Jamie Conlan. We're here in Belfast today for the press conference homecoming of your brother Michael Conlan. How does it feel not to be the only professional boxer in the family now, mate?
It feels brilliant.
I'll bet.
I've been saying it for years that he's going to be the next big superstar in Ireland, and now it's starting to come to life, and he's doing things that no one's ever done. You know what I mean? A professional debut in Madison Square Garden on St Patrick's Day. Unreal.
You've been beating the drum for him since I first met you, telling us that he could potentially be special, and how hard, how much he trains, how much effort he puts into his day-to-day routine. How pleased are you and satisfied that he's gone top rank and gone that route?
I loved it. I love everything about it. You know what I mean? It's different. You know what I mean? It's not the kind of usual going with Frank or Eddie and boxing on, you know, home shows and stuff like that. He's fighting in America on big stages, on big crowds, and unreal. Like, the audience he's going to be attracting is going to be special, and to start doing it, like gathering the Irish in America and New York especially, it's a smart move.
We saw today, obviously, Macklin and the both talking about his star quality and even likening him in some aspects to Conor McGregor in terms of his appeal and his quite a spicy character. Would you think that's a fair statement?
He's completely opposite to me. Like, I'm a lot more reserved and stuff and quiet than him, and kind of stay in the shadows a lot more, where he is more as the kind of, I'm the fucking star kind of, like, you know what I mean, look at me kind of, and if you have a problem, he's going to just voice it straight in you. So yeah, I can see a lot of resemblance. And one thing I always remember and notice, when he entered the room, when we were training, the Irish team and all there, everyone stops and looks at him and stares. And it just has that kind of X factor, that star appeal that you find in very rarely.
You're going to be relocating to LA with his family, young family, no doubt mixed emotions for yourself. The fact that your brother is going to go out and hopefully achieve his dreams, but the fact that you're not going to be around him day to day as you normally are as a family unit. How has that sort of affected you?
You know, after London and stuff, me and him had moved in together, got a house together, started renting the house together. So we were there every day and kind of overstaying our welcome. But now that he's moved out, and then he was with the Irish team, he was in Dublin from Tuesday to Friday, so I only seen him really weekends and stuff, and when he was in camp. And then now I'm in Marbella, so I don't see him when I'm in camp. But we're in constant contact every day, no matter what. Like, if it's just like civil conversation, or is it really heavy deep in the training talk and stuff like that, I'm going to try and get over as much as I can to see him, be with him, be a familiar face around his camp and stuff, because I know how hard it is myself being away 7-8 weeks at a time and without family and stuff. You know, you have your days where you go, fuck me, is this kind of what I really want to do? And it gives you the old gut check and makes you realise what I'm doing it for and who I'm doing it for, and gives you that extra kind of boost when it comes in the fight night.
You spent so long on the high performance squad with Ireland. Obviously, your dad is a big part of that setup and that system, and no doubt he's had influence on Michael's career more than anyone. How will he find that, not having control of the reins, if you like, and not having that input?
That'll be tough, I think, because my dad is he is the glue that holds us all together, me and Michael. I'm in constant contact with Michael every day, but I'm even more constant with my dad, and we talk boxing every day and go over everything, and same with Michael. So it would be very tough on him, you know, as a father figure, to see his son like go abroad and kind of leave home, fly the nest for I don't know how long he's going to be gone at a time. It would be really tough for him to take a step back, but he's done it with my career and took a step back and doesn't get involved in overstepping his boundaries. He knows the trainer is now the trainer and he is the father. He gives his point of view, yeah, but he does take a step out when it comes to fights and stuff, and you'll do the same now with Michael. He's just as proud. I turned and seen him a day. He didn't want to sit front row or didn't want to be second row.
I noticed that.
He does what he does. He just stands at the back with a cup of tea and he told me just go and take some pictures because I know he wouldn't do it. It's just not his style, and he wanted just to take it all in. And I know later when I kind of sent him the pictures, that's when it'll sink in. Yeah, he appreciated it then.
Do you think he had any inkling to maybe turn his back on the amateur squad and go rogue and sort of go with Michael out to America?
Well, Michael wasn't the only offer. The looking him to turn, to be their professional coach. Paddy and a few others have all came in contact. A lot of Irish pros have came in contact with him after Rio. What happened? They all thought he was going to ditch and go with Michael, but he's committed. He started a plan in Belfast and Jordanstown with the Ulster High Performance team. He's got a great plan set up for the next Commonwealth Games for that team, ready to go away, and he's building up the youth coming through to the senior ranks. He loves it. He loves what he does. He loves seeing kids progress in the men and become stars and just grow as fighters and grow as boxers and learn every day. And you can see he gets a big time kick out of it, and that's where his goal is.
Got to say, congratulations on your fight of the year against Babyface Nelson. Brilliant contest. I said, if you haven't seen it, it is an absolute war, and no different to some of your other fights that I've seen you in, to be honest, in terms of the intensity and ferociousness and work rate that sort of comes out of your body. You're in action again on Saturday at the Exhibition Centre. We're still waiting to see who and what's going to go on. Holding a good haul of titles at the moment as well, so no doubt you'll want to be kicking on from here on in.
Yeah, well, that's it. Everything now is kind of, every fight's a world title fight now, because if I lose, I'm down the ladder. I mean, I see boxing now as kind of a game of snakes and ladders, you know what I mean? It takes you a long time to get up to where you want to be, but you stand on one of them snakes and you slip back down 20 places. So it's kind of, every fight now is so important, no matter who it is or who the opponent is. I just got to worry about me. Got to focus on myself, make sure I'm right 100% mentally, physically, and going into the fight knowing every box is ticked. This fight, we're having a bit of trouble with opponents pulling out and changing kind of like daily now. You know, we're waiting on visas for a defence of the Commonwealth title. If not, I think hopefully the lads will get it confirmed. It'll be like maybe a WBO European title defence, but for me, I just need to get out, I need to get back into work and keep the ball rolling, because as you said, there's big things coming, and the team are working behind the scenes doing their part, and I just got to go out and do my part in the ring.
Rumour has it, if you come through this, there'll be a final eliminator for the WBO World title. Can you confirm that's the case? Has anything been spoke about?
Yeah, officially I think it's done and dusted and all that there. I've spoken with my manager and Matt, and we know what we got to do, and this fight I don't think plays too much part in it. I just kind of do what I got to do and get on and get the job done. But the lads have the WBO convention was 2 weeks ago or a week ago, and I think Frank worked his magic, and hopefully he's got us a final eliminator for the world title. When and where, I'm not too sure. Belfast seems like it's the best option. It'll be great to bring it back here, and I know that the fans are they're coming out in their droves for this one on Saturday, and I haven't even got an opponent announced. If they find out final eliminator for a world title, it's the big one, and more likely a Mexican or a South American, opponent. They're just going to expect what they always expect in fireworks.
I want to talk a little bit about someone who's been a bit underwhelmed so far. He hasn't had as much press as he probably would like. None other than Paddy Barnes. He is on the bill. He makes his professional debut as well on Saturday. Being a bit quiet and a bit reserved today, unpaddy-like.
Yeah, shit himself when the camera got put on him.
Didn't like it, did he?
No,
didn't like
complete
it.
Shit himself. I was disgusted in that now. He said to me, no, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. Fucking shithouse. But here he's ready to go Saturday. I think his nerves may have been kicking in a bit early. Next week he's buzzing. Texting him from Marbella every other day, and he's flying, My dad has been kind of helping him out behind the scenes, and Jerry Story has been looking after him, and from the rumour mill here, he's looking special, and he's promising special, and he wants to do out and steal the show, and I'm hoping I can steal the show, you know what I mean? So he's always trying to outshine everyone else. I'm not going to let him outshine me.
The fact is, he could be world champion in 2 fights. The fact there isn't that many straw weights in the country, he could clear up pretty quick, couldn't he?
Yeah, but he's going to go flyweight, so his straw weight, I think minimum weight maybe for Paddy, to cut off his head. But he's aiming big. He wants it in 5 fights. He's confident. He says I want to get in, become a millionaire in 5 fights. Well, I think that's pretty hard at a flyweight, but yeah, he's aiming at 5 fights. big titles, wants everyone, looking at everyone, sees everyone as the enemy now, and he's too good. Amateur boxing is a sport and kind of still not fun. Professional boxing is a business. Paddy Barnes, Michael Conlan now have got their business heads on, and now it's time to get down to work.
Now, quick sort of question and comparison. Frankie Gavin, outstanding amateur career, World Amateur Championship. We saw him in a fantastic contest on Sky against Sam Agnew a couple of weeks back. How does amateurs make that transition from the amateurs into the paid ranks? Again, we saw a go-go against Craig Cunningham, took a bit of a pasting as well on the same card. Top amateurs, those guys. How does you change from that amateur style and the amateur system to into the paid ranks? And have you got any concerns regarding your brother Michael?
I think it's every concern, you know what I mean, because it is a big change. You don't realise that much of a change is, but I think Michael has done the right thing, not rushed into the debut, not fought in November or September, October, where he didn't have time to learn the ways, stay in the gym, spar good pros. You know, you have to have that kind of. He's waited to March. He's given himself X amount of months of learning, growing in the gym, gone over the basics, back to basics, scraping everything that he'd done before, kind of keeping the good parts, but learning now is he's going to have to learn like he started all over again, slowing your feet down, picking your punches more than just throwing shots willy-nilly. He's got the driven mindset to kind of to do that, whereas the other two lads on Saturday kind of maybe didn't live the life of a professional boxer and didn't kind of have the work ethic that a professional boxer needs. They thought they could get by on their laurels. Michael is a different animal altogether. He's driven in ways that can't kind of express in words. He will, if he has a bad day in the gym, the next day he's back in. With the whole day previous, he's constantly gone over his head, thinking about what he could have done, should have done, and then the next day he's in to try and perfect his mistakes and learn and grow. That's kind of what my dad had always brought in. Is, you know, when we had bad days, he liked that, because then the next day he knew you were going to come back and you're going to put in double effort. You know, so Michael is just stereotypical of what my dad has preached over the years. He's so driven, and he knows that by going the Rock Gym, I think it's called, where you have Oscar Valdez, Jesse Magdaleno, unnamed Mexicans who are there to kind of like give you a day of hell, you know what I mean? Hard day's graft. He's went there, and instead of taking it the easy route, saying, you know what, I'm going to stay in Belfast, I'm going to stay here with Handy, pick who I want to do things with. He's took himself out of his comfort zone in an environment where he say they're sink or swim, you know what I mean? You got kill or be killed, survival of the fittest. So he's doing the right thing. He's making the right strides forward.
Listen, no matter what happens with Michael, you will always be IFL TV's #1 Conlan, so don't worry about that. We've got your back on this one.
You're #1 presenter.
I
don't know that other guy. I don't even know him.
You know that.
Yeah.
I know that. We're not going to talk about him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But listen, best of luck for Saturday. I'm anticipating blood, guts, and body shots.
Yeah, body shots.
Always going to be a Conlan fight. It's got to be body shots in there, man. Thanks for giving us a bit of time today.
Thanks for coming, Jim.
Thanks,
Enjoy Belfast.